Good morning, evening, afternoon, Masati here. Welcome back to Masati on Sunday. This powerful impact session. Uh, uh, in this powerful impact session, just give me one second. Good morning, evening, afternoon, Masati here. I'm listening to myself. Wow. All right, you guys. So we'll start again. All right. So again, good evening, morning, afternoon. I am here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, doing wonderful impact sessions. Impact sessions, if you're new to XI, is where I tap in live to audience, uh, uh, special guests here, and we'll talk about, in this case, spring cleansing, spring cleaning. So we'll tap in live. I'll see what I see in there. But the important thing is that, as I work on as I work on live participants here, to identify and release deep-rooted generational patterns, I'll be working on you as well. The key here is we're going to use spring cleansing because the earth, nature uses spring cleaning to literally, well, clean out house, right? This is where you get a lot of rain coming through. April showers bring May flowers, as they say. So getting rid of a lot of garbage deep inside, the surface level. Um, the fall season is there to die off, and that's what we've done back in fall, right? Die off or let go of those things that haven't worked out for us. Winter season really is about that death process turning into, say, fertile soil. And then spring cleaning is rearranging what died off. And that's where many of you are actually going through a lot. It's a lot of die off, and again, Althea and some of the others, a lot of things, um, a lot of things out there are coming forth. So before I get into what we're doing here on the impact sessions, a lot of people like Althea and many others, I just actually did an exorcism just a couple nights ago. Uh, as I predicted a while back, layers of consciousness are coming in, coming down. Okay, so imagine that you've got a record player, right? This layer of consciousness, the record is ended. Okay? A new record is stepping in. Do you guys remember? Chime in, by the way, comment in if you remember the old record players. They had a big stack of records on top, and then the next one just kept dropping in. The next one just kept dropping in. Well, basically, that's what consciousness is. The consciousness runs through this record, runs through the record. It ends. So there's a transitionary period. The needle goes back out, and then the next level, the next stack comes in. The next record drops down. So as that next record drops down, that's what we're seeing. The next record has dropped down. The new consciousness is beginning to play. Right? And if you look at what's happening in today's society, the new consciousness is coming in. Yeah, Carmen, loving you the turntables. I was a audio geek back then. I made my own speakers actually. That sounded better than the speakers that you could buy. The huge speakers. So it was pretty fun. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So what happens is as this new consciousness comes in, it rewrites a lot of the things that we took as normal. Okay, and this is where every aspect of society has to change because the old record isn't playing anymore, and these are old levels of frequency. So it's not just about concepts. It's not just about the political system. It's not just about the religious system or science. It's not just about you waiting to do something. Again, every aspect of your reality changes because there's a new record playing. Okay. Why is your face looking so swollen? Not exactly sure. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just woke up. That could be it. But all right. So again, so as this new consciousness comes in, you can't go back to your old self. You can't go back into your old identities. But here's the problem. Like I said, I did some exorcisms. A lot of people are having, say, multiple identities coming down. How many of you are seeing different aspects of yourself? How many of you are hearing noise, sounds, or other people in you? How many how many people feel like more presence is around them? Again, comment in. Okay. And this is the reason why. So the old record level, let's just put some numbers on there. This was a zero level consciousness. The old record was zero level consciousness. The record level, not the next record dropping down, is a level one consciousness. Okay. So when people die off, and this is one of the biggest catastrophes of human societies, people don't know how to die. Okay, so as people die off, they go just to the next level of consciousness. They don't transcend into, say, heaven. Okay, again, there's a lot of science behind it, but let's just make it simple. They don't really transcend to heaven. They just basically hover. Okay. In Christian religion, is it purgatory? I think they call it, right? They literally is just like, observe, they just have that layer. They don't know where to go. They literally are in neutral states, okay? Because their religions and so on, whatever that they practiced, didn't work out well, okay? And in certain religion, they don't want to meet God because, well, they've sinned all their lives and they think they're sinners. So who wants to go ascend and go to hell, right? So all those I guess, bullshit concepts, you know, it hasn't worked out. So those individuals, again, those individuals at that layer, that record one, okay, level one consciousness drops down, okay? And that might sound a little, it's like, well, that sounds kind of, woo and all that stuff. But think of it this way. Your your essence, your essence is basically a consciousness, a plug-in, okay? Your physical body literally plugs into a port in a consciousness, in a dimension of space and time. Okay? For those who are a little bit sciencey, you get into quantum physics and dimensional space and time. Okay? So what happens now is that when you don't die properly, okay, what happens is you get unplugged, that consciousness stays live, it stays active, okay, in that next layer, because you didn't know how to disconnect properly. That consciousness now drops down into the playing field, zero level consciousness. And then when that happens, well, it, physical people who aren't, say, properly, say, guarded or shielded, will get plugged into, say, those people who have died. Does that make sense to you? So another aspect, if you're into computers, say that you put a storage device or anything, and then you plug it improperly, and then the computer goes, "Hey, you unplugged it improperly." Have you ever gotten that? Right? That's basically what that is, right? You unplug it properly, and the system still thinks it's running. So as the system still thinks it's running, what'll happen is people who aren't aware of themselves will get, say, plugged into multiple, say, consciousness or multiple aspects uh, of realities. And this is where people get messed up. Okay. All right. All right. So let's take a deep breath in. Let's get back into spring cleaning, and that's what we're going to do in this case at a group level. So, uh, and I just want to stress that, as we go through this process of cleaning, okay, or as this new consciousness is now playing, and you'll see it in everything, like I said, what people will do, especially, the religious types or the scientist types, they're literally the same frequencies to me, just different aspects of it. What they'll do is they'll hold on to the science that they don't understand, no matter, even if that science has a lot of holes in it. Okay, even if that science has a lot of holes in it, they will still hold on to their belief systems. Religions, if religions actually worked the way they did, we wouldn't be in this mess that we are now. Okay, straight out. Okay, I'm not dissing any religion, but you have to do it right. Okay, I'm not saying step away from your religions, but do it the way Jesus did, or Buddha or Muhammad did. Do it that way, not what society has got. Okay, if you're into science, do it the way nature has done it for billions of years, perfectly, with no exceptions to the rule. access that level of science. I'm not saying don't get into your science, but again, question your science, question your religions, question yourself. Right? And as you question yourself, simple. If it hasn't worked, if it hasn't worked for your parents, if it hasn't worked for your generation, if it hasn't worked for the societies, fucking do something different. And that's what we're doing here as a spring cleaning. So through the lens of exponential intelligence meta science, you'll experience a spring cleansing on this show, okay? At a frequency level. And this will help you clean ancestral imprints, inherited limitations. Again, many of you commented, many of you on how you're aging, right? You've changed the way you've aged through XI. Right? Science goes, well, that's hard coded in you. If your dad had, heart issues, whatever, I'm gonna have heart issues and I'm gonna pass that on to my kids. That's all bullshit. More and more science is coming out. Again, as they fix the holes in their logic, more and more science coming out. It's like, hey, we can edit our DNA. Hey, XI is literally one of the best ways because you have to go beyond the concepts of the mind to edit your DNA. And that's what we're going to do here through frequencies, not just any kind of frequencies, not just energetic frequencies, because those are still physical, but inception frequencies, and that's what makes XI different. Right? All right, so again, we'll at a frequency level, we'll be clearing ancestral imprints, inherited limitations, and subconscious loops carried through your lineage. Again, it's those patterns that keep repeating in history. At your personal level, look at you, okay? Look at your life cycle. Right? Have your parents gone through the same process? Your uncles, your aunts, your grandparents, and so on, have they gone through the same process? Right? Look at society. How many wars have we repeated over the same damn thing? Right? How many situations? How many starving people have we fed? And there's still more starving people. Again, we didn't fix the problem. We're just trying to fix the effect. XI, XI metascience actually goes into, say, the cause of the issue. And that's where many of you massively have transformed. All right. So again, this isn't about, and here's the thing. This isn't about healing the past. It's about upgrading your present and future by shifting your genetic and energetic code. Again, so what you're doing is the cause happened here, like in generations ago. Okay? You're here couple hundred years later, you're still running old genetic code, old programming. Okay. Do you guys remember Windows? What is it, 3.0? It was the latest thing back then when the Windows came out. Now imagine that you're running Windows still 3.0. Now it's probably Windows, what, 10 or something like that, right? It doesn't work. Most of us are literally running old patterns, old genetic code. It's not working. As the new consciousness comes in, again, it's an upgrade for everything. So if you didn't update, if you didn't upgrade, you're not going to be supported anymore. If you're running Windows 3.0, right, back in the day, Microsoft is not going to support you. Does that make sense? So again, the consciousness will not support your version of your human code. Simply put, that's all it is. And it's like you better upgrade or, you basically vanish. Simple as that. So, so again, whether you're aware of these patterns or not, so if you're, it doesn't really matter, but if you're ready to stop living your ancestors' pain and start embodying your own potential, this is the episode that you want to listen to. This is the episode that, again, I would listen to it over again because it's about the frequencies. You don't have to listen to what I say again, okay? But it's about the frequencies. By the way, if you listen to what I say today, okay, give it about a week and listen to it again. It's like listening to this episode. It's like you've never listened to this episode because you literally have elevated your consciousness and you see it from a very, very different perspective. That's a sign that you are elevating and moving on. So congratulations. So are you ready to clear generational patterns and realign your energetic blueprint? Yeah, this is straight out science. It's not woo-woo stuff or anything. It literally helps you change your genetic structure. Okay, I've helped a lot of people on that, the way they age, the way they've healed themselves, cured themselves of the craziest diseases, life-threatening diseases. That's how you change, right? So there's a lot of, say, field studies. There's a lot of proof on what I'm saying, field proof, not 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 clinical studies. Right? That's bullshit, because there's people are different. This is actual field studies, actual people transforming themselves. So again, if you're ready to realign your energetic blueprint, unlock your next level of success with the XI code. Okay, let's get started. We'll go to Kendra and see what's going on with her. And by the way, as I work on Kendra, right, many of you might have, say, similar patterns as Kendra, right? And then those people who did healing mastery, you can learn from the frequencies or what I see in Kendra, because it's all out there. You just have to hone in and tune in to your abilities that go beyond the concept of, the five senses. So, welcome to the show, Kendra. How are you doing?
I'm excited. How are you?
I'm really excited for you as well, Hannah. I see a lot of opportunities coming forth for you, if that makes sense. You've done the work. Now you're just ready to step in or step up. Does that make sense for you?
Yes,
All right. So just if just briefly, Kendra, if you want to, and I'll start working on you, especially your solar plex area, where your ribs come together. I don't know if you've had digestive issues. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but this is where you carry your anxiety, perhaps. Does that make sense for you?
I can get a lot of feelings happening there. Very
Yeah. That's where
sometimes
you
my own, sometimes others.
Yep, that's where you sense a lot of things in you as well. So you're more sensory orientated, not as much visual. But if this area, physical area, your gut area, basically, this is where your gut instincts are, right? Some people are in the heart. It's like, I feel it in my heart. Some people go, I feel it in my bones. You, Kendra, basically you will feel things in your gut. Okay. So
Yes.
the past, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the past 4 months for you, hon, has been quite phenomenal. I guess a lot of transformations. Have you been like cleaning out house and all that?
Yes.
Cleaning things away, getting rid of people that might not serve you anymore. And notice that you didn't do it at a conscious level. It's like, hey, I need to clean this stuff out. You just something inside you, something in your gut basically drives you to do some of those things that you needed to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, beautiful. So that's your higher self coming in and going, hey, Kendra really wants to awaken. She wants to access her free will and choose a different path. That's why you have free will. So you're not using the same path as your parents, but we just go back and forth on the same damn path. So take a deep breath in, right? Especially in this in the gut area for you. Also, it just seems that you're the burden taker of men. So this is, do you have kids? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, three
Yes.
kids. I see
I have
three,
two kids. Yeah.
2 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you lose one, or do you take care of an extra kid or something?
Yes, I lost. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 kids, got it. Take a breath in. All right. So you've cleaned a lot out at the surface level, say layers 1 through 10, so to speak. And again, the numbers are just there for clarity. But now what you're doing, Kendra, okay, is you're going, okay, that generational pattern of losing a child, because I see like almost every other generation. So not, so you. Maybe your mom didn't lose a child, but then somebody like an aunt or a grandparent might
And
have lost.
grandma.
Grandma lost a child. Yeah. So it's every other generation for you. Okay. So for example, if you continue to carry this on and you're not, which is great, so you have kids, then their kids, your kids' will end up losing a child, that kind of deal for some reason. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter. It could be an abortion, it could be a child death, it could be for whatever reason, it's a loss of a
Mhm.
child. So you can disconnect from that. Okay. So take a deep breath in. And this is the level that you're cleaning out. You've done a fantastic job cleaning out, again, the surface layer areas for you. physical, seems like you're getting healthier or
Mhm.
on the path for health. Does that make sense? A
Yeah,
lot of
very much.
diseases or a lot of like physical ailments and so on that might have bothered you, and you'd go basically, well, I guess that's just the way it is. Grandma had it, whatever, and then I guess I'll have it. But you at some level 6 months ago, so you're going, shit, I'm not having it. So you literally cleaned out house. Okay. Beautiful job. Is there anything specific that you want to work on?
Uh,
That's,
I think I'm gonna you're on exactly the right track. I want to just be clean, clean to move forward to my
yes,
greatest potential.
perfect. You're aligning with nature. Nature is a powerful force. You cannot deny nature. You might as well join the force of nature. So what you've done, like I said, and many of you have done this as well, through the winter time, it's like, you know what? I need to let go uh, or 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 die off my old patterns, my old identities. That's what winter was about. And that's what I was talking about. So you learned from the past. A lot of people in psychology or whatever that they do, they basically go, I deny the past. This is the new me. Or they use NLP to go, yeah, that was my past. I'm gonna create another, aspect or pathway, neuron pathway, uh, to make me think differently about the past. No, this is about nurturing the past, nurturing your past, and then turning it into fertile optimal soil for you. And that's what you've done, Kendra. It's really amazing, by the way. It's really impressive, hon. And you've done it so meticulously. Are you one of those individuals that just, okay, this is good, I go to the next step. This is good, I go to the next step. Are you okay? So that's beautiful. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. So in this session here, quick session here, what I'm working on while I've been speaking with you, one is helping you let go of not just layers 1 through 10, but like deep, ancient layers like way back. Like this is like I would say like maybe 1,000 years of your family generations, right? And it seems like you have dreams, visions. Do you have dreams,
I'll have
ancient or
I've had some very interesting deep meditations, a couple of dreams, but just like a propelled to a different time,
oh,
uh,
got
vision
it?
of a past life, very
Yes,
ancient.
beautiful. All right, so take a deep breath in. And that's what little dreams, as I study, 'cause dreams are really amazing. And I'm learning more and more about dreams. But dreams, if done in the right way, allows you to disconnect from time. Okay? It allows you to like keep your body still while you're sleeping. You disconnect, you go back to that moment of time. And then for you, Kendra, you're not just going in life cycle, you're going back generations or even previous lifetimes, whichever way that you believe in. But this is where it's not a dream state, and that's why I want you to understand. For many of you, dreams feel like hallucinations in the mind, okay, which are important, but these are more dimensional spaces. Does that make sense to you? So you feel different. They feel different to you than dreams. They're
It's
more impactful.
completely real. I'm in it.
Yes, exactly. Because it is real. There's a moment. So what you're doing, Kendra, is there's a moment. Take a breath in, hon. Just notice your gut, and I'll tell you what I'm helping you with. Okay, as we get to the end here. So what's happening is you literally are transcending time, going back in the moment of time, and then closing that moment off, and then coming back. Because what happens, the way generational patterns happen, is that moments of time are still open. They didn't die. Do you guys remember when I said the layers of consciousness? All right. They drop in and they didn't die, right? Okay. Most people do not go through and close off versions of themselves. They just keep living and they live from the past, basically. So what you've done, Kendra, is just a beautiful job just cleaning all the past. And you're going, you know what? I can I can clean way deeper. And this is where you will start to feel different than most humans because you're not running the same, say, genetic makeup as most humans. Uh, you'll be different than your generation, people of your age group. That makes sense for you. You look at them as like, shit, they look a lot older than me. What the hell? They're still in the old concept. They still look like they're back in the 70s or, whatever generation you came from. They got stuck, especially most people get stuck a couple years after high school, by the way. They just get like stuck and they just keep repeating that pattern, right? So take a deep breath in. So what I was helping you with, and again, I pushed you a bit farther because you're really good to go on. You get the logistics, which is great. So one, getting your gut in shape. So again, I would do, I don't know, prebiotic. I think that would be really good for you. But I'm not a doctor, so take a look at that. But prebiotics are very powerful. We'll talk more about that kind of stuff on Total Human Reset coming up. I'm not sure exactly when. We want to do it just right. But for you, noticing your gut, cleansing your gut out so it's not a place of pain or dormant, say, burdens or dormant death, but a place of fertilization, a place of, say, rejuvenation. Okay, it'll help your brain. It'll help in your family. It seems like, let's see, hardening of the arteries or nerves, something like that. People get those kind of patterns. You don't have to have that. So your skin, your nerves will get more supple. I would suggest, like bone broth and so on like that. That'll help you out. Also, turning your gut into a sensory organ for you. So if somebody says, "Hey, Kendra, let's go do this," whatever this is, and you kind of get a sick feeling to your stomach, don't go there. Okay. Or if you need to go that way, it's like, okay, if I go there, I'm going to demote myself. I'm going to use my time coins, my essence. Basically, that's what time coins. I'm going to lose my essence. But whatever you want to do, I want to say propagate my essence. I want to expand my essence. So if you get a sick feeling and you still need to do whatever activity, okay, okay, so in this case, it feels like I'm going to lose myself from old patterns. How can I do it differently? How can I expand who I am? Okay. And
Hmm.
that's where you learn or delete more deeper layers. Okay.
Yes.
And this is also I was talking about, I don't know if your son was sick or you took care of your son, those kind of patterns I was telling you, you take care of masculine people. So you're going to actually morph into a more, XI woman scenario. So you're going to understand what womanhood is really about. Okay? It's nothing what the woke movement or Me Too movements or anything like that. It's like a solid woman the way you should have been. So congratulations, sweetie. Any last comments on how are you enjoying the trip, the XI trip?
uh, Exponentially. It's amazing. It called and it pulled and it pushed
Mhm.
in and showed up um, with ease and grace and non-deniable ways.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank
Beautiful.
you very much for what you do. It's amazing. I'm so thankful.
Oh, you're so welcome. This will actually help your kids as well. By the way, I helped that other like deeper layers of the loss disconnect from you, and then this will enhance the masculine feel. I don't know if you have a boy, but the masculine, whoever is more masculine. Sometimes the girl might be more masculine, so but that person, that child, will turn into. If she's a girl, she'll turn in more feminine. By the way, I don't know if that makes sense for you, but. This will help your kids. So wonderful. Great
Thank
job.
you.
You're so welcome. All right. So how many people are like Kendra, ready to move on? They've done the work and everything. Now they're stepping in. By the way, not only pushed Kendra forward, also pushed whoever is ready to move forward. So some people were just a little stage fright, a little hesitant to go forward. So by the way, Kendra and many others of you, you're going to get kind of pushed into situations that you'll have to step up. Okay. So again, step up. This is the time where you're on stage. Once you step up, you just go, damn, feels really good. So again, do that. All right. That part I can't help you with because it's against free will for me to So I can push you into places, but then you have to act upon your new self. Okay. All right. So we'll go to Gita next, if I'm pronouncing that right. Hello. How are you, hon?
Hi, Masati. Yes, it's Gidda.
Awesome. So after Gita, guys, I'll scan you guys as well. All you have to do, especially if you're new, just say, hey, scan me. I don't need to know your birthday, your picture, your real name, or anything like that. It's a frequency imprint that I tap into. So what do we got today, Gita?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this session.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just interested to know what you see.
Okay, sure. It just seems like you and your mom were really close, like entangled with each other, if that makes sense for you, back in the day.
Mm, I think it's kind of the opposite.
Okay, you were disconnected from each other.
Totally. I didn't ever see her as my mother.
Okay, got it. Okay, so to me, it's literally the same thing, Gita. Okay,
Yeah.
so think of it this way. So when you're a kid, okay, so again, it's literally the same frequency to me. So basically, it's an entanglement. Okay, so here's the difference. Okay, and again, guys, I'm not just working on Gita, but Gita, take a breath in and notice this area of your chest, but then your spine level. Does your family tend to like arch or curve, have a curved back as they age?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they do.
yeah, so you don't want to have that, do you, as you
No,
age? Okay,
no.
so let me help you disconnect. Again, those are the genetic patterns. Again, they're in your DNA, guys. Again, you just change the DNA, and then like Gita, for example, again, can't make promise anything, but tons of people have changed. You don't have to have a curved back like your parents. You don't have to you also shrink from what I'm seeing as you
Mm,
guys age as well. You kind of just like curve in and get really tight. There's a few people in your family that I think started to get scoliosis or something like that, or curved backs. That makes sense too. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so let's work on that. And this is how it happens. Take a breath in, sweetie. So notice your spine as a whole. And again, those people can't guarantee anything, but those people who have scoliosis, curved backs, or you have parents and so on like that that have, those kind of bone structure issues. Let's work on that. All right. All right. So for you, think of it this way. Again, two forms, same end result. Okay, so look at the cause, the same end result. So for you, I said, "Hey, Gita, it seems like you're really close with your mom," and you go, "No, it's quite the opposite." Okay, here's why I say it's the same. All right. So the reason is a lot of people who get so entangled, they love their mom dies off, right? Because we all die off, and then they morph into their mom. Okay. So, and
Mm,
that's one version of it. Again, that much entanglement. Okay. They look like their mom. They act like their mom. They have like something happen to their mom at say 30s. They have the same thing happen to them in their 30s. How many of you guys are like that? Take a breath in, honey, and just notice your spine. All right. So you, at a very young age, goes, I don't want to be like my mom because you know that
mm,
you're going to get entangled. It's not a mental concept to go, oh, I'm going to get entangled with my mom. It's not like that, guys. Again,
mm.
genetics. So you are awakened enough. I want to say like around 3, 4, 5, there was an awakening process for you that you
Yeah.
just didn't feel comfortable in your
Mm,
environment. Does that make
definitely.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then this is what's even crazier. To your mom's perception, she would love you so much. It's kind of that scary kind of love. That makes sense to you.
Mm,
Um, if that makes sense. So let's clean that relationship up. She basically loved you so much. Um, it's almost, gosh, um, it's kind of a creepy kind of love.
yeah. I didn't relate to her. I never related to her. I found her quite strange.
Yes. Well, that's why. Because
Mm,
those kind of individual people that run those kind of patterns, Gita, they literally have no clue of who they are. So what they do is they have kids or pets, and you see a lot of pets nowadays, right? Emotional, whatever they call them, those emotional service dogs or pets. What they do is like they need another source to hold onto or pour in their burdens.
Mm.
So they act out as love. It is, Jocelyn saying spooky kind of love. It is. Have you ever noticed those individuals? You just met them and they're just like pouring all over you and they're doing all these things for you and it's just like spooky. That's basically your mom.
Mm.
'Cause she has no identity. So you're a little kid, Gita, and you're going, damn, that's not supposed to happen this way. So basically, you have going, nope, that's not me. I don't want it that way. I want to protect my space. Okay. But the frequency behind it still is running for you.
Mm.
Get it? And as of late, I want to say the past month or maybe 2, 3 months. So let's just say the past 3 months, you've literally awakened to that entanglement that you've had.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
makes sense too. Okay.
Yeah, because I've been thinking of my mother, although we haven't been in contact for many years.
Yep. Perfect.
Mm.
Breath in, hon. Notice your ribs, your spine, your skeletal system as a whole, all the way. So your ribs, and you all can do this as well. Your ribs, okay, your spine, top to bottom, your ribs, and then your hips structure, and then the bones of the legs all the way down to the feet. Just imagine that. Wiggle your toes. Okay. All right. And then up again, shoulders, down your arms, your hands, just wiggle your fingers. All right. Breath in. So what you're doing as of late. So basically what you've done with XI has helped you. You've done a beautiful job as well, and very impressive. This was the old Gita. This is the new Gita. So you've gone, I don't want mom's whatever. I want this. So you basically built another version of yourself here. Okay.
Mm.
And basically you're asking me, hey Moss, can you just help me disconnect from the old concepts of self into the new concepts of self?
Mm.
The new version of myself. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And again, I can't guarantee anything, but people who've gone through it, they don't age like their parents. For you, again, as you age, you seem to like get shorter or like your muscles start to tighten up.
Yeah.
And then this is where you start to pull in, and this is where your spine and everything else just doesn't align properly. It's almost like a shortening of the muscle structure and the ligaments. Basically, it's a shortening of the ligaments.
Mm.
So you might be sensitive to certain foods, by the way.
Yeah.
Roundup. Okay, Roundup does this to people. By the way, not only is it a frequency level, but then people take Roundup and then it initiates and it distorts people. So watch out what you're eating, especially if you're not in the US, right? Or are you?
No, no, I'm in the UK,
Okay, well,
but
just as bad
I
maybe.
I do watch what I eat, especially in the last 4 months.
Okay,
Um, and I've
perfect,
taken intolerance tests and that sort of thing, trying to work
perfect.
out my food.
Okay, so let's help you with understanding at an intuitive level because your brain or your identity already knows what's good for you and what's not good for you.
Mm.
Okay. So this will help you, one, go towards foods that are beneficial for you and just stay away from foods that aren't. All right.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
yep. Take a breath in. Uh, Strong deep breath in. All right. So notice your spine. There we go. All right. Again, those people watching at home can do this as well, especially if you're entangled with whoever around you. So let's help you move over from, again, your old shell of who you are and basically moving your consciousness into the new version of who you are. So at first, this might feel awkward to you or off to you. You might look at your hands and go, oh, these are my new hands, because everything will feel new to you. You
Mm.
might relearn how to walk a little bit, like walking might feel really new to you. All those things will be new. Okay. You look at your face and you'll actually see the real Gita, not a version of your mom or grandma. All right. So take a deep breath in, honey. There we go. So just imagine the new version of yourself. How far is that from you?
Doesn't feel that far.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Yep. So just take a deep breath in and just imagine yourself walking into the new version and just clicking in, just like a seatbelt. You know how you hear that click and
Yeah.
you know it's fits. So tell me when that click happens for you and
Now,
where. Okay. Where did it happen? Like where in your body did you feel that click? If it makes
actually,
sense for you.
in my
Or
hips,
in your
in
yeah.
in kind of almost like between my coccyx, sort
Yeah.
of, and hip area.
Perfect. All right. So that's your new identity. That's where you were. Okay. For some people, it could have been in the head, the heart. Um, but so that is a new identity of who you are, basically rewriting what, again, in your case, a woman is about. Okay. Resetting it different than your mom or society's patterns. So your body structure will change dramatically, especially if you do the work, especially if you do like the 10 days coming up. Okay. It's on peak performance, by the way, coming up. That is going to be really powerful because you're going to need that, Gita, to really push forward into a new identity. Okay. And let's get rid of the old version of you it's literally like a snake peels off its skin, but you're peeling off your identity, coming into a new version of yourself. Everything will feel fresh for you.
Is
Okay.
that kind of get it? It's the old self, all the limitations and
Yes.
that
Yes.
I've been feeling, the limitations of debt and
Yep.
I don't know, not being, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So your responsibility is when you get into, say, certain situations, you can either run from your old version or the new version. Always
Mm,
pick the new version, no matter how um, insecure it might feel for you. Always pick the
okay.
new version because it's just insecurity is basically because it's new to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So nice job, honey. Very nice job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll move on. We'll go to all you. If you want me to scan you guys, we've got just about 10 minutes. I can scan you all if you like. Uh, as a note, I'm here in Sedona. It's really quite beautiful. I don't know if you can see it all. It's really gorgeous. If you've ever been to Sedona, it's very, very different. It's like very beautiful, a lot of red rocks, so quite beautiful. But I'll scan you guys. But we're doing a private Oracle circle here. It's sold out. There's many people that requested, an online version. But we wanted to keep it really private, specific to the people and honor them taking the time. So we're not going to do an online. Uh, on that, but we did an online version. We are adding an online version because so many of you wanted an online version because you couldn't get to sit on them. Totally fine. So what we did was we're creating an online version. It's a mini version of it. It's the frequency portal. Okay, 2 potent meditations, and again, it goes deeper than the normal hyper meditations. So right after the Oracle circle, when my frequency is really running high, by the way, the first night is light spirit body. Okay, it's about a Merkaba. So the Merkaba is about, I think the is light, Ka is spirit, Ba is the body. So the Merkaba, really understanding what the Merkaba is about. That's tomorrow night, Monday, right after the physical Oracle circle. The second night is I am. So basically, it's the Tao, and that would be Tuesday night. So replays are available for you, but so if you can make it on that, it'll be really fantastic. It's literally bringing in the frequencies of Egypt and China. again, amplifying it through, well, the vortex of Sedona. Sedona has a lot of vortexes. So, all right. All righty, guys. So let's jump on. Man, what a busy show here. A lot of people asked for a scan. This one's Bhavana. Moss, I would really love a scan. Thank you so much. So yeah, Bhavana, your husband's doing the executive coaching. Okay. And by the way, this isn't a Tony Robbins coaching, or all that stuff that's out there. This is very intense. This is like a legacy executive coaching for people. What, by the way, a lot of the lions from Tony Robbins are actually my clients as well. Tony Robbins is fantastic, but they need something deeper, and that's what this type of executive coaching is about. So for you, Ivana, what's happening is your husband is going, transforming really fast. You feel like you're leaving, being left behind, and it creates a lot of anxiety for you. Okay, the way we set that up, and that's why I didn't want you to come in to his sessions, because again, you would kind of take over. So now you're actually defining who you are. So this will support you. Okay, that's again. So you might feel weak, you might feel incomplete, which is a good thing. Those are all the weaknesses that allow you to strengthen who you are. So that's where you are, hon. Okay, just if you just settle into yourself, fall into the fears, you'll start to go, yeah, yeah. You know what? It's not really scary after all. And this is where you get solid. Okay, take a deep breath in, Bhavana, and many of you who are like that, your loved one, your partner, whoever, your mother, whoever, has gone through XI, even kids, the kids, especially if the parents have been like a helicopter parent, and then they start doing XI, and they're not a helicopter parent anymore. And the kid's going, Mom, what the hell? You're not supporting me. What the fuck's going on? And these kids are like 30, 40 years old. Seriously, it's crazy stuff. It's like, well, I shouldn't be supporting you anyway at 30 or 40, right? So again, the parents woke up, and the kids are going, well, what the hell's going on? So Bhavana, that's the kind of pattern that you're running. In a very short time, you'll start to align yourself, and you'll be totally fine. Okay. This is where, again, all the stuff that you've done is actually put into practice. Most of you, almost most of you who started XI a while back, this is where you can put the stuff into practice. Okay. All right, Teresa, need a scan, please. Am I in breakdown phase? Yes, you are in a breakdown phase. But think of it this way, guys. So, for example, Teresa, you um, um, you would break down, and then so basically you would break down and then cycle downwards. Okay, so every relationship, 1, 2, 3, 4, man, you seem like you've had a lot of relationships, and because you need to connect to somebody. The relationship feels good for you, it feels solid, and then it breaks down for you. That's your cycle. It breaks down, and then basically you go a little deeper into the hole, and then you start the cycle over again, and you dig yourself into the hole. Okay, so in this case, if you've done it, whatever you've done with XI, what's happening there for you, hon, is literally it's like you're breaking down this time to let go of the pattern of breaking down. So it's not the situation that's breaking down, although it'll be part of it, but you literally are breaking down the pattern of breaking down. And when that happens, you break down in this case to let go of those things that weren't supposed to be. And then you'll break down so you can cycle upwards. So congratulations, son. Nice job. It does feel scary. By the way, XI, for the most part, um, people use it to heal themselves, heal them diseases, heal their marriages, their divorces, or whatever it might be. But XI begins when you're solid, you're complete. Okay. So again, most people use XI to heal themselves. Again, it's a great healer. What you can do in a lifetime, you can do in a very short time, sometimes even months. And then XI actually begins. XI actually begins when you're solid and you're good to go, and you go, I'm really solid now. What's the potential out there for me? I want to experience life. So that's where XI begins. And this is where in April, peak performance coming up. Okay, it's 10 days. It's probably the most impactful 10 days that you'll get, especially for those who are ready. And we did it towards spring because spring is a time of growth, time of expansion, time of feeling who you are. So if you can if the team could put that up on the link, it's a great time to join. Guys, not exactly sure when it starts in April, but maybe the team can put that on there. All right, so we'll go to Leon. Is it Leon 2? Up for a scan. Yeah, Leon. So take a breath in. I don't know if you have lung issues, or your parents might have had lung issues, or again, not a doctor or anything like that. But if you've taken this, the jab, or your parents might have taken the jab, and it's just a constriction of your chest area. Okay. So again, sometimes it could be physical or a frequency. Frequency-wise, though, from what I'm seeing, and I can help you with that. Um, as a note, I'll just talk about that later. But Leon, so for you, um, um, there's a lot of pain in your chest, basically, a lot of burdens. When I see you, I don't know how old you are, but I see a young child that never got to play, that never got to be a kid because you're carrying the burdens of a feminine frequency. I call it a feminine frequency because it could be your mom, but then if your dad was running a feminine frequency, then, well, it'd be your dad. Okay, so yeah, it seems like it's your dad, by the way. So, oh, your dad carried the burdens of his mom, so he turned more feminine. You carry the burdens of your dad, which is again more feminine. He's not that of a masculine man. And then what happens is you would have more burdens, or you would have say a feminine frequency, although you're a guy. If that makes sense for you. And then those burdens, it's like, shit, why do I feel that way? And then sometimes in this case, at a deeper level, could be you, Leon. See, some people might mistake you. It's like, oh, I don't know, is he heterosexual or not? Those kind of patterns, incongruencies happen. There's a lot of incongruencies happen in your life, Leon. So take a deep breath in. Let's just cleanse this stash of feminine frequencies that are destroying you. So the vax basically, the vaccines basically, and then some of the genetically modified foods propagate this pattern, and then it turns into a physical issue. So take a deep breath in, buddy. And also, if your parents maybe have circulation issues in this area, then that'll transfer into you. So just disconnecting all those things for you quickly. Take a breath in. This is where you can breathe. This is where you have a chance to go back into your childhood and reset childhood the way it should have been. All right, buddy. So nice job. Breath in again. Oh, what I was going to say is I just read a news article that Alzheimer's, it more than doubled. Is a 125% increase in Alzheimer's. I predicted this, guys. Again, so this is where, again, people who take the vaccine, I'm just telling you my theory. I could be off. I could be a madman, but who knows? The statistics are proving that. But again, I'm not a scientist or anything. But basically, I said that taking the vaccines again would accelerate the diseases and issues that you have. So those individuals who again might have gotten Alzheimer's and things of that nature, um, diseases of that nature, like in 10, 20 years, okay, they'll get it in 3 months. So again, everything will just accelerate. People who get heart diseases when they're 20 years older, they're getting heart diseases now. Again, everything just accelerates, which is unfortunate. Okay. All right. So we did a frequency, I forgot what it's called. The vaccine after, oh, it's vaccine after effects. That would be really good for a lot of people who are feeling the effects of the vaccine for you, by the way. Again, not a doctor, but it's helped a lot of people. Okay, so we'll move on. Oh, well, so we'll do a couple more scans here. So Jojo, love scan. So you, yeah, you were basically in your head trying to figure out or trying to escape your physical body. You might have gotten abused back in the day, or were afraid of your body. Okay, those kind of patterns. So for you, Jojo, basically you're going, gosh, you know what? Whatever you've done with XI, it's like, I can step into my body and command myself. Because your pattern, basically, somebody walks in, like you have a partner, and then they just take over your life. Right? You have a business situation, it takes over your life. So again, you have no identity. So you just basically um, allow yourself to be taken over, and then you step into your headspace thinking that that's going to help you. So you've foregone your emotions, and now you're stepping back into your body. So whatever you've done with XI, it's worked. Congratulations. Breath in. Um, So Diane B, can't wait for the Merkaba online. Yeah, it really cleans all the distortions. The Tao really distorted. The Tao was the way. Okay, literally, it was a guy who got in. It's like, damn, this is the way it should be. Like 1,000 years later, I think some other guy came in and turned it into a religion. Now, you go into the Tao temples and so on. They've got like a god for everything. God to this, God for that, God for that. It's like, again, uh, fucked up. Uh, don't get me started. Otherwise, I'll go into a moss rant for you. Is it Greet Prosperity? Please scan myself and my daughter, Sarah. So Greight. Take a breath in. Great. So you two, you and your daughter kind of connected at the heart space. So you might have heart issues, or your daughter might have, say, or she might have had asthma or those kind of patterns for you. A lot of times when the mother is stressed out, especially for the boys, their sons will have like asthma and so on like that. My son, Zeus, had that with his mom. Now he's growing into a strong young man. So what you're doing, honey, is the two of you were entangled. Okay, so basically your daughter would get the same issues as you would, and that's what's happening. So now what's happening with XI is like you're starting to separate, and sometimes it's a painful separation. It's like Siamese twins, right? It's that separation, and then so you keep doing the work. Again, the 10 days coming up. And then what'll happen for you is the two of you will start to separate, and you'll be a standalone unit. Um, cool thing about that is when you become independent, completely independent of each other, you'll come together and learn and get closer, right, with each other, which is really nice. This is Archie, Manikia. Please scan me. Sure, Archie. So take a breath in, Archie. Wow. Seems like things are chasing you all the time, if that makes sense to you. There's always like, I don't know what it is, like something chasing you, or you feel like you have to escape. It's almost like, oh, it's all, do you, Archie, and comment in, um, um, it's almost like somebody talking to you, and you're running away from them. It's that kind of feel. Okay. If that makes sense for you, Archie. So take a deep breath in. Let's end that for you. So this happens in a couple ways for you. Because I'm not just working on Archie here. I'm just working on all of you. So these are the different ways that could run this pattern. One, you had parents that just basically dominated you. They were just over you all the time, observing you, and just basically going, whatever that you do, nope, it's wrong. Again, just nope, it's wrong. You should do it this way. Again, and then that pattern is so ingrained in you that even if you move away or they die off, you're still seeing through their version because you can't see through your version. So that's one way for you, Archie, or it could be a mixture of that. Take a breath in, buddy. It could be where that thing comes in, you escape from what I'm seeing, you escape into, so you probably had um you kind of like Narnia, the movie Narnia, where they go through the closet and they go into another reality. Okay, kids do that. They don't like the reality that they're in. They can't be who they are when they're younger, right, Archie? And then what you do is like, oh gosh, if I was in this reality, the real Archie would come out and this is what I would be doing. So that make-believe land is not really make-believe. It's just another dimension of time and space for you. So that's what you've done. But then unfortunately, as you've aged, there's a dominant feature. That dominant feature transcends into, say, that reality for you as well. And then unfortunately, this is where you hear voices or you feel things like attacking you. So that portal is open for you. So let's just close that off. It's actually a simple fix. But if you don't fix it now, this is where as people age, they hear voices, they get possessed, and so on and so on. Because again, you open up a portal. And as a note, as we end, by the way, one last thing. I was doing a show here, speaking, and some guy pulled somebody had pulled in an ancient alien head, from Mexico, and literally it's got the frequency of whoever designed that back in the day. So you open up things like that. People open up casks and so on, just like in the movies, they open up casks, right? Like in Egypt, people open up cask, and then what happens is that cask is literally, it's a portal to the unknown. And if you're not strong enough to handle it, people will go to Egypt or Mexico or wherever. They'll go there, they'll go visit this, they'll meditate on that, thinking it's a portal and all that. Sounds great, but especially people do psychedelics, plant medicines, whatever on that. But then what'll happen is like that portal will literally possess you, just like it does in the movies. I've seen it happen over and over again. Okay, so you want to watch out for that kind of stuff. I don't know why that comes in for you, Archie, but I think you might have done some psychedelics and opened up some more portals. People do psychedelics to, again, expand or close those portals up. No, you got to do psychedelics right, by the way. I'm not against psychedelics, but you want to do it right to expand into possibilities. All right, guys, quite amazing. I've got to get back to a show that we're doing here. And then again, tomorrow, the physical Oracle Circle, and then online Oracle Circle right after that. All right, guys, as we end, and notice what you notice the details of what you're noticing. All right, peace.